محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So before we start, please come forward. Brothers, please make room for others. People are coming. And number two, keep the mask on. Although we are close and the social distancing is gone, but you still have to keep the mask on and make sure your nose and mouth both are covered. Jazakumullahu khairan. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. قال الله تعالى: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. وقال تعالى: يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. وقال تعالى: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله تعالى وأحسن الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. أما بعد. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes the people of taqwa in Surah Al Imran as follows. قال أعوذ بالله الذين ينفقون في السراء والضراء والكاظمين الغيظ والعافين عن الناس والله يحب المحسنين. Those who spend in abundance and in tightness. Those who spend in abundance and in tightness, and those who repress their anger, swallow their anger, and forgive others. And indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves the muhsineen, loves the people who do ihsan, go one step forward, one step ahead. Once a companion came to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he asked him some advice. He said, give me some advice. Awsini. Give me some advice, but give me advice for just very short advice, just few words so that I can remember. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, لا تغضب. لا تغضب. Don't get angry. Don't get angry. Now he didn't expect that it will be only few words or two words. So he asked again, give me more advice. And he repeated the same. لا تغضب. Do not get angry. And he pushed him again. Alayhi salatu wasalam said the same thing again. He said, do not get angry. لا تغضب. And again, he probably, as we know, Prophet ﷺ gives advice at different occasions, depending on the situation and depending on the person in front of him. So he probably had some issue with him, as some of us do also. And he wanted to give him the advice which was suitable for him. So he mentioned, لا تغضب 3 times. Alayhi salatu wassalam. He also mentioned, in other situation, alayhi salatu wassalam, ليس الشديد بسرعة. ليس الشديد بسرعة إنما الشديد الذي يملك نفسه عند الغضب. The strong man is not who wrestles well, who can beat the other person. He is not a strong person. He might have strong muscles, but he is not a strong person. Rather, he said that rather the strong man is one who controls himself when he is angry. When he or she is angry, if he or she can control himself or herself, that's a strong person. That is a strong person as per Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, as we see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not say, he doesn't say, do not get angry. He said, وَالْكَاذِمِينَ الْغَيْظِ, people who can swallow the anger. Now, he didn't mention that do not get angry. The anger is, it's a human nature to get angry. It is part of our creation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created this anger in human beings. It's one of the emotions. Not a good emotion, except if it's for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is one of the emotions which is opposite of rida. Rida means pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are pleased with him. And Imam Ghazali, rahimahullah, he defines anger as a flow of blood in your heart with great force, great velocity, and with the intention to take revenge. With the intention to take revenge. It's the ego and the pride that comes into play. It is not about if you get angry or not. As I said, it is human nature to get angry. It is about why we get angry and how to deal with it. So that's what we're going to discuss today, inshallah ta'ala, bi'idhnillah. May Allah give us the tawfiq to listen and obey and follow what Prophet ﷺ has said and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned. Prophet ﷺ got angry at times when he saw injustice, when he saw dhulm, he got angry. But he never got angry for his personal issues. He never got angry when somebody attacked his personal status. They insulted him, as we know, multiple times. They said things which would make you and me angry, but not him, alayhi salatu wassalam. Even when people cursed him right on his face, and he never got angry. He never got angry because it was his personal issue. It was never about him. But whenever the boundaries of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are crossed, or if you see dhulm, injustice for anything or any human being or any being, including animals, he would get angry. He would get angry. Some of us know the story that a Jew came, he was from Banu Qurayza, he came to Prophet ﷺ and started shouting. And he grabbed hold of him, his shawl, alayhi salatu wasalam's shawl, and he was saying, give me what you owe me, give me my produce. What has happened, there was some people came to Prophet ﷺ and asked for some help, and there was no help to give it to them at that time. So he asked, anybody can help me and I will pay him later. So this Jew was standing there. He was looking for an occasion like this. He came forward. He said, yes, I will lend you the money, but you have to pay me the produce by such and such date. And he came before the date was settled. A few days or few weeks or whatever before the date was supposed to be, he came before. And he is asking and insulting Prophet ﷺ, give me what you owe. Give me my produce. And he also mentioned that you sons of Abdul Muttalib, you all do the same thing. He was trying to push the buttons. He was trying to insult him more and more, but he didn't say anything. He didn't say anything. He was keep insulting, but he kept quiet. He kept quiet. But Umar, as we all know, he couldn't take it. He said, He said, allow me to chop his head. And he has said this statement multiple times. He's the only one who has said this statement multiple times, that allow me to chop his head. And Prophet ﷺ said, no, take him and give him what we owe him, give him the produce. Also, double it up. Another narration said, another historian said, give him 20 sa' more. So whatever the produce was, he said, give him what I owe him, but double it up because the way you treated him. Subhanallah. The way you insulted him, he didn't say anything about himself. He said, the way you treated him, you should have known better. You should have treated him better. So now you have to pay him double to compensate for his insult. So Umar is taking the produce or whatever, and he gave it to the person, the Jew. And he said, why you do this thing? You know he's a prophet of Allah. He said, you know who am I? He said, no, I don't. He said, I'm Zayd ibn Sana. He said, Zayd ibn Sana, the great rabbi? He said, yeah, I'm one of the great rabbi. So, well, you should know better. You are a learned person. You should know that he's a prophet of Allah. He said, yes, indeed, I know. And he fulfilled all the conditions what I have read in Torah, except that I wanted to test him. I wanted to test his forbearance. That it was one of the conditions, and he met that condition. So he said, yes, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. So he accepted Islam after that. So again, the moral of the story is that it is never about him, never about his own personal issue. And we all know that when one of the Bedouin came and he was pulling his collar so much so that it led to a mark on his neck, but he didn't say anything. He was asking for some money, but he didn't say anything. He kept in control. The key word is he kept himself in control. He never said anything. But when did he get angry? He did get angry, as we said. He got angry when the bird complained about the eggs being taken from its nest. Subhanallah. He got angry when a woman from the disbelieving woman, was killed by accident on a battlefield. He got angry. He got angry when someone complained that the Imam recites long surahs in Fajr. Subhanallah. He said, I was missing Fajr because the Imam recites too long. Subhanallah. And he got angry. He got angry. He got angry when Usama bin Zayd, we all know who Usama bin Zayd is, Hubbi Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was the son of Zayd bin Haritha, and he, as we know, he killed a person in battlefield when he said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. And again, he said it to save himself, but he killed him anyway because he thought you're just saying it to save your life. And Prophet ﷺ kept saying, did you open his heart? Did you know what was his heart saying? He was keep repeating this over and over and again, and he was very angry. He was very angry. He got angry when his Sahaba got insulted, whether it was Abu Bakr, Umar, or Abdurrahman ibn Auf, even on other Sahaba. If you know, you probably have heard of that story that when there was an argument between Umar and Abu Bakr, he got upset at that time. There was an argument between Khalid bin Walid and Abdurrahman ibn Auf. He got upset at the time, so he did not like the insult of his Sahaba. But how did he deal with the anger? Nothing in this anger was indecent. Subhanallah. Alayhi salatu wassalam. Everything what he had done was with decency. Even when he's angry, it was not indecent. You could see the anger in his face and in his voice. You can tell that he's angry. Even in his smile, subhanallah. When he's angry, he's still smiling. Subhanallah. Alayhi salatu wassalam. As we remember, if you know, there were 3 Sahaba Ikram who could not go to Tabuk, and one of them was Ka'ab ibn Malik. And he came and he sat in front of him, and he's telling us in first person, he's telling us what has happened. Ka'ab ibn Malik said that he saw me and he gave me a smile. But the smile when he gets angry, so they knew when he gets angry, he has a typical smile. But still, subhanAllah, look at this, the character of Prophet ﷺ, that even when he's angry, he smiled at him, but with the angry smile. And they knew, the Sahaba Ikram knew that this is an angry smile. So, but never he cursed, never did he curse or swear. Alayhi salatu wassalam. So Prophet ﷺ tell us that one of the characteristics of a hypocrite is whenever he's upset, he behaves in a very insulting manner. He said, alayhi salatu wasalam, وَإِذَا خَاصَمَ فَجَرَ. Whenever somebody is upset, and if he's a hypocrite, behaves in a very insulting manner to the other person. So be careful. Now, this is the reminder for myself first and for all of us. And that's why we are going through these reminders. Once he had companions, Prophet ﷺ had companions with him, so he brought them and he asked Aisha anha to cook something. And there was nothing available at that time, so she started cooking. And again, then the news got to Salama anha. Our mother sent a dish, so Salama brought a dish for the guest. And again, the Aisha anha didn't like it. She didn't like it because it was her house. How dare Salama anha send a dish, although the guest belonged to her. So she came out and she broke the dish. And again, by no means for sisters, don't do this at home. These things happen, but I'm not encouraging that we should be breaking dishes here. But she came and broke the dish. Prophet ﷺ is sitting there with all his companions and guests. And what he did, he smiled. Alayhi salatu wassalam. And he said, your mother got jealous. Your mother became jealous. And then he said to his companions, pick up the food, pick up the broken pieces, and let's eat. And they ate. And then, subhanAllah, alayhi salatu wasalam, he went back to her, he went back to Aisha anha, and told her, now you have to do something to compensate. You have to send a dish to Salama with food in it because you broke her dish. End of story. For us, it will be a different story. May Allah protect us and protect our families and marriages. It could be the end of the marriage. Who knows? But for us, it is about ego. It is about who is the macho man, who is the in charge here, who is the tough guy. But for him, khalas, things happen and then move on. One day, Aisha anha made him really, 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 really upset. And this is again, she's the one who anha is telling us that his face became red and his hair stood up. What did she do? She made a comment about Khadija anha. As you probably already heard this. Again, a lot of things which I'm telling you already know, but it's a reminder for myself and everybody else. So she just made a comment. She said, what makes you remember an old toothless lady who died a long time ago? She died a long time ago. Why are you still remembering him? She was old, she was toothless, and she died a long time ago. And in whose place Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you someone better than her? She mentioned that and he became very upset. But again, look at the response, subhanAllah. The response was not to curse her, not to get upset on her. He started praising Khadija anha. He said, Allah did not give me someone better than her in her place. She believed in me when everybody denied me, subhanAllah. She supported me with her money and Allah blessed me with her children. So he praised Khadija anha and did not get upset on Aisha anha. Let's bring our hearts close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين. الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه أما بعد. So the root cause of majority of our problems is anger. Anger is one of the root causes of majority of our problems. So anger leads to zulm, injustice. So how do we treat? This is a disease. It's a disease of heart. How do we treat it? And Prophet ﷺ has given us some prescriptions, some medicine for that. And we're going to discuss it again. Most of the things which I'm telling you, you already know. But it's again as a reminder for myself and others. It's good to remind things. So number one, treat the main cause of anger, which is what? Ego, pride. Eliminate this ego and pride in you. Be humble. How can you be humble? Keep yourself indulged in dhikr Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. if you keep dhikr, if you fill your heart with dhikr, these emotions of anger and jealousy and pride would not come, inshallah ta'ala. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in his glorious book, Ba'adhu billah, ala bi dhikrillahi tatma'innul qulub. Number two, shift your focus away from what is causing you to be angry, but shift your focus to something you should be thankful for. You have multiple things and hundreds of things which you can be thankful for. So don't focus on things which are bothering you. Don't focus on things which are bothering you. Number three, discipline your thoughts. Discipline your thoughts. First, know that anger is from shaitan. Again, this is not me saying, Prophet ﷺ is saying that anger is from shaitan. So that's why he, alayhi salatu wasalam, recommends what? Say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Whenever you get angry, say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, Ba'adhu billah, wa imma yanzaghannaka minash shaitani yazghun, fasta'iz billah. Fasta'iz billah. Number four, change your physiology. What does it mean? Prophet ﷺ said, anger is like a burning coal in your heart. Eyes get red. Veins are bulging. You're red. Your face is red. So he, ﷺ mentioned, make wudu. That will cool you off. That will cool you off. If you're standing, sit. And if you're sitting, lay down. As I said, we already know these, but if somebody doesn't know, it's a reminder for me and for everybody else. And this works though. So use it if you get angry. Make wudu. Make yourself sit or lay down if you are already standing or sitting. Eliminate vulgar language. No vulgar language. No cursing. So keep your tongue clean. Keep your tongue clean. It is not cool for my younger brothers and sisters. Not cool to utter foul language or curse words. Don't argue for personal reasons. Just be quiet. Just be quiet. Just move on. Leave the place if you can. Be quiet. Prophet ﷺ said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promises a house in the middle of Jannah. House in the middle of paradise for those who avoid argument, even if he or she is right. Even if she is right, he will build a house in the middle of Jannah. Subhanallah. By the way, this applies to the email and what you type. So be careful. Whenever you're angry, don't respond. Don't answer back to the email or text or whatever. Just ponder on it, sleep on it, they say. And then answer it later when you are in better mood. Think and visualize the consequences of your anger. If you're angry, what can happen in future? Allah knows best, of course, but anger is only one letter shy of danger. So anger can lead to a danger. Danger of what? Danger of destroying years of relationship and trust. Winning an argument is not worth it. It's not worth it. So protect your marriage, protect your children and your relationships. But if you become angry, and it can happen, we're all a human being, of course. So if you hurt someone's feelings, so then ask forgiveness. First go and ask tawbah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then you can ask forgiveness from that person, of course. Do some sadaqah for that person, make dua for that person, and of course, inshallah ta'ala, that will compensate for what has happened. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to have a balance in your life, barakah in our life. May He subhanahu wa ta'ala shower His mercy and blessing on all of us. May Allah make us a source of love and compassion for others. Not a source of anger and hatred, a source of love and compassion for others. And I would end with this take-home task. I always end with a small take-home task because this is your homework. So start with your home. When you go home, say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah when you enter, as we all know. And then say A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Leave shaitan outside the house. So A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, and then enter with a big smile. Show your smile to your spouse or to your kids if you're not married. And number two is a little bit tough, but Prophet ﷺ used to say this dua, ask this dua a lot of time. And the dua says, Allahumma inni as'aluka kalimat al-haq fi rida wal-ghadab. Whether I'm pleased with Allah or I'm angry, make sure that whatever utters what comes out of my mouth is the statement of haqq, a true statement. And again, this is an exercise for you and me both. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. Before I let you go, please make dua for people who are sick. One of my nephew is sick, seriously sick in the hospital. He's only 12-year-old. Please make dua for him, special dua. Also, there's a brother in Texas, Dr. Khan. He's seriously sick, critically sick. Please make dua for whoever is sick, and may Allah give them complete shifa and quick recovery, inshallah ta'ala. Aqim as-salam.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
استقيموا تراسوا. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم